My boss pulled me aside and said, "We appreciate the anonymous donations, but employees aren't supposed to fund the company." What anonymous donations? I followed Mr. Hartwell into his corner office, completely confused about why he'd called me away from my desk at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon. He closed the door and gestured for me to sit down, his expression somewhere between grateful and concerned. "The donations to our equipment fund," he said, pulling out a thick folder from his desk drawer. "Over the past 8 months, someone's been making monthly contributions totaling $52,000 to help us upgrade our computers and office furniture. All the payments came through an anonymous LLC, but our accounting department traced the bank routing numbers back to your personal checking account." I stared at him like he'd spoken in a foreign language. My personal checking account barely had $300 in it, and I'd been eating ramen for lunch every day just to afford gas money. Mr. Hartwell spread bank statements across his desk, showing wire transfers of $5,000 to $8,000 made on the 15th of every month since last January. Each transfer included a memo line reading, "For the hardworking team at Pinnacle Marketing, keep up the great work." The signatures on the transfer authorizations looked exactly like mine, down to the way I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. But I'd never seen these documents before in my life, and the account number listed wasn't even close to mine. Mr. Hartwell explained that company policy prohibited employees from making financial contributions to avoid conflicts of interest. He was asking me to stop the donations, but he couldn't understand how someone making $34,000 a year could afford to give away nearly $52,000. Neither could I. I drove straight to my bank after work, my hands shaking as I requested copies of all my account activity for the past year. The teller, Ashley, pulled up my records and immediately frowned at her computer screen. She printed everything and slid the papers across the counter with a worried expression. "According to our records, you've had a second checking account with us since last December," she said quietly. "Account number ending in 7742. You opened it with a $200,000 cash deposit and have been making large withdrawals every month." I'd never opened a second account, never deposited $200,000, and definitely never had that kind of money. Ashley showed me security footage from December 18th of someone who looked exactly like me opening the account, complete with my driver's license and social security card. The investigation revealed that my identity had been stolen by my own sister, Kelly, who worked as a loan officer at a different bank across town. She'd been using her access to financial databases to create fake accounts using family members' information, then laundering money from a mortgage fraud scheme through these accounts. The donations to my company were her way of cleaning $52,000 in stolen funds while making it look like I was the generous benefactor. Kelly had been running this operation for 2 years, using identities of 12 different family members and friends to move nearly $800,000 in fraudulent mortgage proceeds. She'd picked my workplace specifically because she knew my boss would eventually trace the donations back to me, creating a paper trail that would make me look like the mastermind. Kelly was arrested at her office 3 days later, caught transferring funds from another fake account she'd created using our cousin's identity. The FBI Financial Crimes Unit found evidence linking her to a network of corrupt real estate agents and appraisers who'd been inflating property values and approving fraudulent loans. She'd stolen over $1.2 million total, using family members as unwitting accomplices by making them appear to be the source of suspicious financial activity. Kelly received 8 years in federal prison for bank fraud, identity theft, and money laundering. The $52,000 in company donations was seized as evidence, leaving Pinnacle Marketing without the equipment upgrades, but with a clear understanding that their grateful employee had actually been the victim of an elaborate family betrayal. Mr. Hartwell apologized profusely and gave me a raise after learning the truth, joking that my sister's criminal scheme had accidentally proven how valuable I was to the company.